Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So I came out with a video yesterday voicing my opinion, my initial opinion about reading the news that the WBC has ordered a rematch between Deontay Wilder and BERMANE Stiverne. Okay, so I voiced my opinion. Everybody knows that I don't like it. All right, so I'm not going to make, this is probably my last video as far as discussing it in the manner of which I don't like the fight. I'm not going to make 50 videos, and I'm also not going to come out with videos saying that I like the fight. You know what I mean? That I'm going to switch up. It's just that, okay, I voiced my opinion, and I'm consistent with this. I'm not going to make 50 videos up until fight night talking about how much I don't like it. The next video I'll make about this is probably when they get everything signed, and then I'll probably do a style breakdown of the fight. All right. But people in the comment section on my last video, a few fans, they left their opinion, which was a good thing. And they told me that I need to understand, you know, the history that the WBC, when it comes to heavyweights, they always give their former title holders, you know, rematches, immediate rematches. So, you know, what's the problem now? People also said, hey, they don't like this either, but hey, this is the WBC and they have a history of this. Okay, so unless I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, please leave it in the comment section, man. Before I get to what I'm gonna say, I'm not an uploader, man, that if I'm wrong, you know what I mean, I'm gonna get bent out of shape about it or ignore it. No, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't remember the WBC having a history of giving guys who won a vacant title and then losing it, their first title defense, getting immediate rematches. Although this isn't an immediate rematch, but I just don't remember that. I'm being honest here. I don't remember that ever happening. Tim Witherspoon, when he fought Greg Page, he fought him. It was for the vacant WBC title. Larry Holmes had vacated that title and he picked up the IBF strap. All right. Witherspoon fought Page. He beats him. Okay. Pinkline Thomas fights Witherspoon. His very next defense, he loses it. And Witherspoon, he didn't get a immediate rematch. Matter of fact, he never fought for the WBC title again. 5 fights later, he ended up fighting Tony Tubbs for the WBA strap. So this is the same position that Stiverne is in, winning a vacant title, then lose. So there's no history with Witherspoon doing it. Okay, Pinkline Thomas picks up the title. Then he fights Trevor Berbick. He loses. Okay. I didn't see Pinkline Thomas get an immediate rematch. Yes, he did go on to fight Mike Tyson, but that was 3 fights later. And at least Pinkline Thomas, at least Pinky Thomas, at least he did defend it once against Mike Weaver. At least he did have one successful title defense. You know what I mean? But after that, yes, he ended up getting a shot, but it was 3 fights later against Tyson. Trevor Berbick, he wins the title, then he loses to Mike Tyson. I don't remember Trevor Berbick ever fighting for the WBC title again. Okay, Mike Tyson, he gets upended by Buster Douglas. Tyson didn't get a rematch. The WBC didn't strip Buster Douglas for not giving Tyson a rematch. Nothing. They just made Tyson wait in the back of the line, and the WBC just wanted that that sanctioning fee from Douglas when he got that huge paycheck fighting Evander Holyfield. You know what I mean? So Douglas, okay, we know when he lost to Holyfield, he retired. Holyfield, when he lost to Bo, again, some of these guys besides Douglas, Tyson, Holyfield, they're making title defenses. You know what I mean? They're not just got the title, made their first defense, and then lose. They made multiple title defenses. Holyfield, when he did fight Bo in a rematch, yes, he did take, I believe he fought Stewart. He fought Stewart, and then, yes, he did fight Bo 1 year later, exactly a year later after he lost to him, but the WBC title wasn't on the line. They stripped Riddick Bowe because he would not fight Lennox Lewis. All right? Then Lennox Lewis was elevated because the title was thrown in the trash. McCall beats Lewis. Lewis didn't get an immediate rematch. Yes, he did end up fighting McCall again for the vacant WBC title that was vacated by Mike Tyson, who had beat Bruno. who had beat McCall. Okay. When Lewis lost to McCall that first time, he took 4 fights before he got another WBC title shot. And he fought 4 times. 2 of those fights were against Ray Mercer in one of the better fights of the 90s for heavyweights. And the fight he had again, and then he had a fight with Tommy Morrison. McCall himself at least had 2 fights in between that time. And this was for a vacant title. So this is a little bit different than Stiverne's situation where he's getting a title shot against a guy that's had it for, you know, what DEONTAY has, what, 5 title defenses? 6, 5? I think he has 5. So, you know, Lewis and McCall were fighting for a vacant title. They got vacated by Tyson anyway, so it's kind of like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? And even if you want to go a little bit further back than this, George Foreman didn't get an immediate rematch after he lost to Muhammad Ali, and he didn't. A lot of people think, some fans sometimes they think that he retired after that. Then he came back in the 80s, the late 80s. No, he actually fought how many fights did he have? I think he had like 5 or 6 fights before he lost. I mean, before he retired. You know what I mean? So I know Frazier was one of them. Then he ended up losing to Young, and then he retired after the Young fight. He fought some other, I can't remember everything, y'all, but I'm just trying to, I just know that there's no history of this, of guys, you know, being in Stiverne's position and getting immediate rematches unless you have a rematch clause. Frazier, when he lost the title to Foreman, he didn't get any, how did I forget? Foreman had that slugfest with Ron Lau too. So, you know what I mean? But he never got a title shot. Frazier, when he lost to Foreman, he didn't get an immediate title shot or rematch. He ended up fighting what? I don't think. Yeah, he never fought for. Yeah, he fought for the title in Manila when he fought Ali the 3rd time, the Thriller in Manila. But when he lost to Foreman, he ended up fighting Ali in the rematch. It was a non-title fight. Corey Ellis. I know he fought what's the European dude? Bugner. So where's there a history of this? And I'm just being honest, man. I'm not trying to be a troll again. If I'm wrong, somebody just tell me, hey, no, you're missing this example, then cool. Ali, yes, he got the rematch, but it's Muhammad Ali. He was a long reigning champion. I don't know if there's a rematch clause in the contract. There could have been, but that's different. You guys can't tell me there's not a difference between a guy that's made 10 title defenses and a guy that won a vacant title and lost in his first defense. Yes, technically he is a former title holder, man, but there's a difference. Come on, y'all. We can't just act like, oh, because, well, hey, they both held the title, so they're technically former champions, but there's a difference, y'all. Hey, I can't put that under the rug. I'm sorry. For me, I can't do it. That's just me, y'all. I can't do that. You can't tell me there's not a difference between a guy that picked up a vacant title and loses his title, and then he lost the fight against Wilder. The scorecards. One scorecard was 120 to 107, 119 to 108, 118 to 109. This wasn't like a debatable fight. It wasn't like, you know what, this was like a 115, 113, no, this was just a complete, it wasn't an easy fight as far as inside the ring that night for Wilder, but he dominated him. He dominated him. I mean, when Liston lost to Ali, he was the man. That was an upset. It was the man. You know, he was the man. So when he got beat, it was like, damn, let's see the rematch. Like, that's different than this. Nobody is sitting here saying, oh, let's see this rematch. I mean, and people are saying, yeah, you know, this is Lennox, and okay, you go to Lennox. Again, like I said, when Lennox did fight for the title again after he lost to Bruno, he had 4 fights in between that, man. He had to work his way back up. And then when he lost to Hakeem Rockman, when he got upset, he had 9 title defenses before he lost to Rockman. Then he had the, I'm sure that some of these guys had the rematch clause. So it was going to happen regardless. Then Lewis vacates. Vitali picks it up. Right? He fought Sanders for the vacant title, but he fought an elimination fight first against one of my favorite, he was one of my favorite up-and-comers around that time, like the late 90s, going into the early 2000s. Kirk Johnson, man. I thought Kirk was out of shape for that fight. But anyways, Vitaly beats him. And remember, Vitaly had that war with Lennox when he fought him for the WBC. He had that war. They made a fight in Eliminator against Kirk Johnson. He beats him. Then he beats Corey Sanders, who had, beat Vladimir. He beat him for the vacant title. He wins it. Then he defends it one time against Danny Williams, way back in the day against Danny Williams. After Danny had he had that fight against Tyson, and he beat Tyson. Vitaly retires. They put him as WBC puts him as a champion emeritus, right? So when he comes back, according to their rule, he gets a automatic title shot. So that's a little different. They placed him there. And when he did come back, he beat Peter, and then he went on and I think Vitaly made like 9 or 10 title defenses. I know he beat Chisora, Emmanuel Char, Kevin Johnson when they were undefeated. Solis, I believe Solis was undefeated. Yeah, Char, Johnson, Solis were all undefeated. And Areola, I believe. I know he fought Chisora also, and Shannon Briggs during that run, and some other people. You know what I mean? So where's this history of this happening? Yes, there's some guys that have gotten rematches, but it was different. Some guys had rematch clause. Some guys were just long reigning champions to where they got their shot again. And some guys, when they did get to fight for the title again, they actually did something. Not just fight one time against the man that has the title, not for a vacant title. Again, I know Frank Bruno fought twice, but he was fighting for the vacant title after Tyson vacated it. So it was Lewis and McCall again. Moskayev, when he fought Rockman ended up getting a rematch at the title, but again, it was after Vitaly had retired and all, and all that shit had went on. Vitaly had retired again. No, I'm sorry. Vitaly retired. He came back in 2008, but like in 2006, Rockman was like the interim. Then I think he got elevated, and then they had Rockman versus Moskayev. I can't remember how everything went. I'm trying to think, man. Moskayev, and then shit, we're talking 2006 for Rockman. He initially beat Lewis in, what was that, 2001 when he beat him? And we're talking 5 years later, some shit like that, man. 2000, 2001, it was something like that. I can't remember exactly. All right, and then Moskayev, never heard of him getting a title shot again. I haven't heard of it for the WBC. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, if I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong, man. But I'm not saying that a WBC title holder has never gotten a rematch. All I'm saying is they at least did something between that time of the rematch, though. It wasn't just you get beat on one. I mean, on one card it was 120 to 107, y'all. I mean, come on, man. I know that there's times where the cards are a little bit off, but I mean, he was getting beat wide on all the cards. Won an interim title. And then the guy that he did beat, Derek Rossi, wasn't even a ranked guy. And I know about Derek Rossi. I know shit. Derek Rossi had debatable fights. I thought he beat Glaskov. I thought he beat, who was the other guy that I thought he just beat not too long ago? Erkin Tepper. I thought he beat him. Rossi makes for some tough fights, man. But he isn't a ranked fighter. And Stiverne struggled in that fight. He got the win. He struggled in that fight, got knocked down. It is what it is, man. I mean, I thought I made my point clear on a video yesterday, but I just want to just answer this question that was, not, just this statement that somebody left in my comment section. I mean, I appreciate the comment, man, but I don't remember there being any history of this type of situation. You know what I mean? But I could be wrong. So, if I'm wrong, somebody please leave it in the comment section. Again, I'm not saying that former title holders never get title shots again, but they usually have to earn it somehow, some way. And then the WBC said that they're going to order Stiverne versus Ortiz, or make him fight in an interim fight, whether it's Povetkin or somebody else in the rankings. They told us that. And then, you know, a week, 2 weeks go by, and now it's a whole different story. I'm just going off what they told us. So to me, I feel as if they lied to us. And they just, you know, whether it's the relationship they have with Don King, it doesn't really matter to me. They lied to us. And I don't know about y'all. I don't really like being lied to like that, man. With the by the WBC. But Stiverne, while the rematch is happening, I'm going to watch the fucking fight. I'm not going to sit here in front like I'm not going to watch it, man. But it's nothing I'm clamoring for. Nothing I'm clamoring for, and I think it's bullshit. From just my opinion, though. I'm out.